Welcome to Maria's Yoga. I'm glad you've chosen to come to your practice today. So roll out your mats, make sure you're wearing something comfortable. If you'd like to play some soft music in the background, choose what makes you feel good inside and play it. So we're going to come into what we call a yin practice today. It's Y-I-N. And yin practice is completely restorative. The practice of this yin is to hold postures for anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes so that you can really come into the connective tissue and the fascia of the body. Now the connective tissue and fascia is an amazing system within our body. It lines all of our muscles and the bones right in the middle of those two. And it's that smoothness that we're looking for, so that when we do activate the muscles to run, walk, do boot camp, do Zumba, do other forms of yoga, that we're able to do it with smooth transitions. So let us begin here. The most important thing to remember is that you come to the mat as you are, that you enjoy your time with yourself, breathing into the body and finding this opportunity to reconnect. So let's come onto our mats, if you would. We're going to bring the sits bones down onto the earth. You're going to draw the soles of the feet together and you're going to let your knees fall out to the side. Now don't hunch over here. We're not sitting in front of the fireplace reading a book. We want to lengthen through the sits bones, through the crown of the head. Now this is our Baddha Konasana. Now if you want more stretch in the hips, you draw the heels closer to the body. If you'd like a little bit less, you draw it outward. So you find where you feel comfortable with this diamond shape of your legs. Once you find that comfort, take a gaze behind you, make sure you have enough room, and then gently roll down, bringing down those elbows and then the back of the heart, and then finally let your head come to the earth. You're going to tuck the sacral region under and lengthen the spine. You're going to keep those feet, the soles of the feet together, and then you're going to open those arms so you can extend through the elbows, and now place your left hand on your heart, and now place your right hand on your lower belly. Now just settle in here. Feel the relaxation. Allow the legs to fall towards the earth. Close your eyes. Start to take some deep breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. Take 2 more just like that. Inhaling and exhaling. And it's coming right through the nostrils as you find that example of rising and falling the right hand with the breath. Because that's where your natural breath comes from, is the lower abdominal wall, that diaphragm. And that's really what we're concentrating on, no matter what type of yoga practice that you're doing. So find the breathing. Let the breath rise and fall, that right hand, and feel yourself relaxing right into the Supta Baddha Konasana, or reclined bound angle. Let the jaw relax by separating the back of the teeth. Let the eyeballs fall in their sockets and really feel a surrender of the shoulders, the arms, the hands. And now while you're here, set an intention for this practice. Maybe we can set the intention to be an observer of what transpires from every pose that we're sitting in. So you observe the heart beating underneath that left hand. Now the heart's an amazing organ, continuously beats without us even thinking about it. And thank goodness, because I'm sure I would forget. So find this nice relaxation as you let the heart beat strong and steady. And then feel the belly rising and falling, sending gratitude to both the heart and the breath. And then connect the tip of your nose to your belly button as you allow this breath to expand through you. Feeling the inhale, feeling the exhale. Now you can always put blankets underneath the knees that are bent if you feel too much strain here, or you can put those blocks. But let yourself settle in. Notice the surrender. Notice the observer. Now it's always much easier to just be that person that wants to control everything, right? I'm going to force myself through these long flows, sweating it out. But really, this is more difficult. To stay in that stillness, to feel, to breathe, and to just be the unique, amazing individual that you are. Now, the moment you feel like you need to leave the room, or the moment you feel like you want to get out of this pose, that's the moment this true expansion of connective tissue is starting to move. So that's when you tell yourself, I have the endurance. I have the mind strength to stay in this pose and allow for this connective tissue to open. We find the endurance to observe again, letting the breath softly move through us. And don't be afraid of the silence. That's when we can really focus on the moment. We have enough stimulus all day long with our cell phones and our iPads, the jobs, the pulls on our time. Now this is the time for you to take care of you. To just breathe and be exactly who you are today. And know that what you brought to your mat is enough. You're here for about 7 more full breaths. So find the opening of those hips naturally occurring because gravity is assisting them down. Find the belly rising and falling. Now if you have that monkey mind, and most of us do, you're thinking, okay, I'm turning this off, I'm going to move to another flow, I'm going to get moving. But please, give it an opportunity. This was my least favorite form of practice when I first started yoga, and now I consider it one of my favorites. Maybe 2 more breaths if you're going slow, long, and deliberately. After that next exhalation, go ahead and slide the hands away from you as you let the back of the hands come towards the earth. Open up the palms to receive whatever comes your way. You're going to take your thumb and touch every fingertip, the index, your second finger, the third finger, and then your pinky. And then open the palms again as you feel the length of those fingertips. You're going to bring the hands to the outside of your thighs and knees and gently keep the knees bent, but then flatten the feet equally on the earth, hip distance apart. Find the tailbone flattened. Feel the hands coming next to your hips. Palms are down. Take a deep inhalation. Now relax the toes. Go ahead and lift them up and then separate the toes nice and wide like you're having a party and you invited new toes to join in. And then sweetly roll down from the pinky toe all the way to the big toe. You're going to feel the inner thighs guiding towards each other, but don't let the knees come inward and don't let them go outward. Feel this nice neutrality. All we're going to do is relax the jaw and lift the pelvic floor off the earth just an inch. This is wonderful for lower back pain. If you have psoas issues, this is really going to open up this pelvic floor. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, lower down, feeling the concrete earth underneath you and solidify to it. Take another lifting of that pelvic floor. Find that inch only off the earth. Let your shoulders relax. Let the jaw relax. How's the observation going? Watch yourself here as you feel and breathe. Lower down that sacral region again. Third time, just feel that nice lifting of the pelvic floor. Find the control of the breath connecting to the belly button. Take another inhale. As you exhale, lower those beautiful pelvic floors to the earth. You're going to draw those knees into heart center. Wrap your loving arms around those knees and then just do a gentle rocking side to side. Keep the pelvic floor close to the earth so you can massage out the lower back. Now this is a free massage, friends, so you don't have to beg, borrow, and steal to try to get a massage. It's right here available to you every day. Come back to that nice neutral. Keep the knees into heart center and open those arms to a T so the palms are up. Take a deep inhalation. As you exhale, drop both knees towards your left elbow and let them completely fall to the earth. Now, if you need a block underneath those knees, take it down or put a blanket underneath there. And then take a gaze over the right shoulder as you find the spinal twist. Breathe into expanding the back ribs. Feel both shoulders trying to melt down towards the earth. Now, if that other arm is hovering in the air, that's perfectly great. You could always put a block or a blanket or a towel underneath that arm. Eventually, my friends, it will make its way to the earth. Maybe not today, maybe not in the next 3 or 4 years, but eventually you'll find that open space occurring. Relax into the spinal twist as you let the belly get a nice contraction. You let the neck open and the gaze is still soft over the right hand. Maybe you can close your eyes and just observe how the body is altering. Find your space. Feel the breath. Let everything slow down. Imagine time just starting to tick slower and slower. Get off the wheel of life, friends, that rat race, and come to your mats and enjoy. On that next inhalation, maybe go ahead and straighten the right leg, the top leg, as you reach for those toes with the fingertips of the left hand. Now, if the bind doesn't occur, who cares? Just extend through the leg and allow that extension to occur. Fingertips can be soft on those toes, or you can use a strap around the ankle and hold it that way, or just have the hand and foot reach to where they can reach and then accept where they are. Feel the outside of this IT band. It actually connects the outside of the hip and the outside of the knee, and it's a long sheath of connective tissue. Find that opening space here as you allow it melt. You're going to take another full inhalation for 3 more times and feel the exhale being longer than the inhale. Find your pranayama, that breath. Does that breath work? Because that's all we're doing is breathing into this space. After that third exhalation, you're going to take the bent bottom leg, that left leg, and you're going to draw it back towards the mat. So you're going to open up into that quadricep of the left leg. Keep the knee bent. Now you may have the opportunity to take your right hand, reach for the toes of that left foot, and bind here. And maybe you're thinking, oh no, that's not going to happen. That's perfectly great too. Go where you can. Find your space, and this is called capturing the cat's tail. Now, as you know, most cats don't like their tails captured, and you probably don't care too much for this pose either. But it's a wonderful opportunity to open up into the hips, to find the IT bands expanding, to work into that gluteal region. Those are very big muscles, our bottom muscles. And find them expanding here as you breathe in. Now try to make the shoulder melt back towards the earth and then settle in. Observe your capturing of the cat's tail, being happy to just be in the posture. Breathing in and breathing out. We're observing. And that's a very difficult task, the art of observation. I have 4 daughters, so I know exactly how it is to want to just tell them, hey, I've been there, I've done that. This is the path you should take. But they have to find their own way, right? They have to find their own style. And to sit back and to observe and bite your tongue and make sure that you don't overstep the bounds, it's very difficult. So in that difficulty, we find an ease, a peace, knowing that we all learn from trial and error. And this posture, this capturing the cat's tail, could be that vice for you right now. So find yourself breathing here for about 8 more full, deep breaths. Now don't do your to-do list here, my friends. Don't worry about the dishes in the sink or the laundry in the laundry room. Trust me, that'll all be there when you're done taking care of you. So maybe we just observe that once in a while too, and hopefully they'll disappear. Maybe you have about 3 more breaths here if you've taken it slow, long, and deliberately. Finding this nice space. After that next exhale, all you're going to do is gently release whatever binds you have or you don't have by just letting the arms come back to that T. Bend that top knee so that you can bring both knees back together close to the elbow. Now, if you feel really stiff, hallelujah, you've done it right. Find that nice stiffness and move into it as you come back to bringing the chin balancing above the breastbone and the knees back through heart center. Drawing the hands next to your hips, palms are down. Extend the legs up towards the stars just to give yourself some movement. Maybe you open up the legs, hip distance apart, and circulate through ankles a little bit. Relax your eyes. Maybe you softly gaze at the stars. And I know you're thinking, well, we're probably inside, I don't see stars, but we can see stars with our mind's eye. Once you've rotated those ankles in both directions, draw the feet back together. You're lengthening, you're draining the lymphatic system here. And then draw the knees back into heart center, finding that control of the breath. Maybe you wrap your arms around these knees and you take big circles in the air with the knees, massaging that lower back again. Breathing in and breathing out. Now don't tell you to yourself, and I know I've been there too, I'm bored, I want to get out of here. Let's move and groove. Let me find something that's going to stimulate me. But the observer wants you to bring the knees back into your heart center, open the arms to a T, palms are up, and drop your knees now to the right elbow. Let that drop occur. Feel the sensation of drawing the left shoulder down, and then take the gaze over the left shoulder. Now, if you want less of a rotation in the spine, all you do is move the knees further away from that elbow. They do not have to be really close. But if you'd like it closer, then draw it there and play with it for a moment. You have a few moments to fidget, to find your space, and then just let go. Close the eyes, feel yourself settling in. Breathing into the back body. Let those knees fall and relax. Maybe there's a block underneath the knees or a blanket or a towel. Choose whatever support you need. And then find that open heart. This is your spinal twist. Maybe you take yourself to your favorite place. Maybe it's on a sandy beach with the hot sun beating down on you. Maybe it's curled up in front of a fireplace with a book or a blanket. Maybe it's in a soft chair and you're just sitting watching a favorite show of yours. Wherever your favorite place is, you can always take your mind to that area. And I'm not talking right here on your mat, I'm talking in your daily life when things are coming at you and you're feeling overwhelmed. Find 2 more full breaths in this nice spinal twist. On that next inhalation, go ahead and lengthen the top leg, which will now be your left. Reach it out, extend through it, and maybe the right fingertips will grab the toes. Maybe not. And again, it doesn't matter if they do or they don't. We just find this opening so that we can let the sheath of connective tissue, this IT band or iliotibial band, expand. Assist it here. Let yourself relax into the pose and find the breath again. Let the yin aspect of your practice develop. You're going to find 3 more breaths here so you can open slowly and steadily with integrity. Take another full inhale. As you exhale, the right knee is still bent. You're going to pull it on towards the mat again. It doesn't have to be completely connected to the mat. And maybe the left fingertips will come to those toes. You can even reach up the foot, lift up the shoulder till you find whatever bind you'd like, and then peel yourself back into the earth, letting the left shoulder drop down and the chin go over that left shoulder. Now you'll feel a stretch in the quad on the right side. This is called capturing the cat's tail. And then even if you like the pose or you don't, my friends, we just smile at it. We let it occur, and then we take the acceptance of wherever we are. Knowing that our body's doing exactly what it can at the moment that it's doing it. And it's doing the best that it can. So observe, notice the breath, and feel yourself here just relaxing and melting. Separate the teeth at the back of the jaw so the jaw will relax. And maybe here, take the tip of your tongue and bring it to the concave part of the roof of your mouth. It's called your palate. And then let the tongue peel away and just soften right where it is. Believe it or not, that tongue is a very strong muscle too. And it can be as sharp as a sword or as sweet as sugary confection. It's our choice on how we use our muscles. So take that deep, full breath. Find yourself here for about 6 more of those breaths. Be happy with your body just the way that it is today. Be very accepting. Maybe take a chance and look in the mirror and smile at yourself today. Even if you have a blemish on your face or your hair is wild, it won't tame down. You feel like you could be bigger or smaller. Just smile. Be your own best friend and say something nice to yourself. You can always beat yourself up. We usually do. So let's change the story. Maybe you have 2 more breaths here if you're taking them slow and deliberately. Take the next exhale and release the bind if you have it or if you don't. Just let the arms come back to a T. You can start to bend that top leg, and if it feels stiff, and mine does, you feel it, you breathe into it. Bring both knees back towards that elbow and find that opening space. Every inhale, every exhale. Drawing the belly button in on the next exhale, you're going to move those knees back through heart center, bring the chin along with you, and find the spine nice and long here. Maybe rock a little side to side because there is stiffness in the back. Draw the hands now down onto the mat, palms are facing down, extend those legs up towards the stars. Flex into the feet like you're holding something precious on the bottom of your feet. Release it, find the perspective, and point the toes now as you let whatever you don't need fall off of those heels. Everything you need is right here on your mat. Your body, your breath, your spirit. We don't need that fancy house, those multiple cars, those major big vacations. All we need is this. Draw the feet flat again so you feel them flat onto the stars. And then bend those knees into heart center as you wrap your arms around those knees. Let us tuck the forehead to the knees and give ourselves a nice big gratitude-filled hug. Find this beautiful space. Let the breath open in the back of the ribs. Yes, we're contracting a little bit, bringing some energy, some yang into this movement just for a moment. And then gently lower the heart and the head back to the earth. Relax the hands into a V now with the palms up, and gently bring the soles of the feet together as those knees are up in the air still, and then slowly retract those legs to the earth in the Supta Baddha Konasana. Observe. Notice the change that has occurred. Find the breath as you pull the shoulders down and back. You let the soles of the feet feel that open space and breathe in and breathe out. As you start to feel yourself, you draw in the belly button. We're going to rise. You can always use the elbows to help yourself rise back up to a seat. We're going to bring our hands to the inside of the arches of the feet, and we're going to peel open the feet. Why are we doing that? Because it's going to help open the knees without forcing them. It's a natural occurrence that occurs. Shoulders come down and back, neck is long, and now look into your soles of your feet. Imagine it being the story of your life. Now, if you don't like a sentence that's there, erase it and rewrite it. If you don't like a chapter, if you don't like a whole grouping of those pages, change the story here as you breathe in. As you exhale, you're going to dive into the book of your life. You're going to take your elbows into the inner thighs and the calves, and you're just going to round down, feeling the space for your hip flexors. Open up the back ribs by breathing in deeply. Exhale. Now observe how the body can change. Allow it to gently move and breathe. We're not forcing ourselves. We're not grasping the feet and pulling ourselves down and forcing the elbows into the knees. We're gently allowing it to occur. Go ahead and release the bind of those feet. Let the arms go forward and drop in even further. Go to where your body says yes. Now there's got to be some intensity, so if you're not feeling anything, dive in a little bit more. If you're feeling too much, back off a little bit. But we're not just sitting in a chair watching our favorite show, we are actually doing something here. Opening up connective tissue. So find yourself breathing and letting go, observing, surrendering. You've got about 5 more breaths here. So allow the expansion to really peel the connective tissue in between your ribs. We have whole connective tissue throughout the whole body. It takes time to get into it. So simmer like that amazing soup that absorbs all of the spices around it. 2 more beautiful breaths here. And then slowly as you exhale, use the vertebrae. Let them stack upon each other as you start to round up. Keep your chin tucked into your chest. Let the heart lead you. So the heart is always the one that's accepting and moving forward, and then the crown of the head will rise until you're back into that seat. We're going to extend the legs straight out on a diagonal, so we come to the edges of our mats, lengthen through the legs. Maybe you want to brush away some of the tension. Let it go. And then slowly help yourself back down into our Shavasana so we can come into the finality of our practice. Letting the shoulders come down and back, open the arms, take a deep full breath through the mouth, let it out through the mouth. And then just let yourself settle in here. Totally up to you how long you stay in your Shavasana. But feel the vibrations of your practice. Let everything surrender back to the earth. Observe yourself. And let the breath come back to its organic state. Just breathing naturally, letting the belly rise and fall, natural breath. So the next time something approaches you and you know it's going to push your button, we like to say in our household, poking the bear in the eye, just breathe. Remember this practice and remember the observation. See how it transpires. Maybe that other person is having a bad day too. And they're just trying to verbalize, they're just trying to put something out there so it's released from them. It's a gift to be a good listener and to observe and to let that person evolve as they need to. When we can do that for ourselves here in this yin practice, we can apply it to our daily lives. You may stay in Shavasana if it feels great to you. If you'd like to move the fingers and move the toes, round into the ankles and the wrists, do so. Know what feels great to you and what you want to achieve here. Sweep the arms up overhead, lengthen the feet together, extend, and take this good wake-up morning stretch. Draw your knees into your heart center, give yourself a gratitude-filled hug, thanking yourself for taking the time for you. And then roll right up into a seat so that we can close together in this yoga community. You've created it just by opening up your mats. Observe the breath as you feel the shoulders coming down and back. Use the belly to support your spine. Inhale as you sweep the arms up, gather that intention. Pull it right to your heart center as you bow your chins and close your eyes. May you find yourself observing maybe the wind, the rustling of the leaves, the smile on a friend's or your significant other's face. Observing, taking it all in. May this be the intention for the rest of today. My light humbly bows to the amazing light within you. Namaste. I thank you so much for coming today. Please like this video. Please give it out to a lot of people that you know, and join me again for the next time. Take care.